Hi, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your May 12th and May 19th, 2023 Mercury sextile Saturn reading for you. So we're going to look at it astrologically and we're going to look at things through the cards. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. The YouTube algorithm really pays attention to this and helps this channel grow after the break I had to do because of health reasons for my family. So thank you so much for your support. It means the world. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. And I want to apologize for sounding a bit stuffed. I have really bad allergies right now, so I'm a bit congested. So do bear with me. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. This is the High Priestess reversed, okay? Not everything is being revealed. And that's going to be frustrating us. We know there's something more coming. We can sense it. We can feel it. But there's something here that's it's like the curtains aren't going to be pulled back, and that's going to be something that we find really frustrating. We can also be dealing with a person who isn't spiritually attuned during this time. And that can be something that really, it's like nails on a chalkboard, is what I'm hearing. It's giving me goosebumps, actually. So just know that there's going to be something that's like, it's going against our grain because it isn't fully revealed yet. So just know that during this time. Sounds like an interesting reading, like interesting message from spirit, but it's going to be very important for us because we're going to sit there and be like, that doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right. It's because something isn't revealed fully. Let's see what spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Here we have purposeful. We need our time to be filled with purpose. We need it to be purposeful. And this is going to be for us a sense of just asking ourselves during this time, is there a purpose to this? Like, is this filling me with purpose or is this just something I have to do? Now, there are times, yes, where we have to do just what we have to do and move on. But there needs to be a purpose to guide us, to move us forward. And that's going to be so important for us during this time that we know we're working towards something bigger because that something bigger is going to seem shrouded away. So just realize that. Let's see what spirit has to say to us through the tarot. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. So it's also interesting with purposeful, right? Is that we're with Mercury sextile Saturn. Saturn is all about purpose, right? And this is going to be a time where everything is brought into focus. We can really see the goals that we want to achieve. We have plans. We know how we want to execute them. And so being purposeful for this time is just going to be what feels the most natural. Now, we're going to be looking at things. We're getting a gift from spirit and we're not quite taking it fully. It's going to be around words. It's going to be around thoughts. We are a bit too much in our own head during this time. So that's something to be mindful of. We're going to be stuck seeing things in the same way that we have seen them before. And Spirit is saying, turn around and look at the blessings that you have, because we're going to be stuck. We're going to be like a bit stagnant. Okay. With the Four of Wands reverse, we might not feel very celebratory. Right? May might be a bit of a difficult month for us, but there is a sense of the home isn't being celebrated. We're not being celebrated. We we can be just kind of, it feels like like there's bubble gum on our shoes, but like when you're a little kid and you watch the TV and there's bubble gum on people's shoes and it sticks them in place, that's what it can feel like right now. It's like I'm having trouble moving forward the way that I need to. With the Page of Pentacles reverse, this is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, if we're born on the cusp of Capricorn, or we have a lot of Earth sign energies in our lives or in our charts, this can be a hard time with learning. Okay, for them or for us, if that's in our chart, and wherever that is in our chart, falls in our chart, we can be wanting to learn things, wanting to look at things, wanting to gain a greater understanding of things, but we feel stuck. It's because we're done balancing everything and we've just kind of walked away during this Mercury retro, not Mercury retrograde, but Mercury sextile Saturn. But I feel like no, Spirit was right. It's more during the Mercury retrograde. Now we're coming to the tail end of Mercury retrograde. And so we're feeling more like, oh, I can move this forward. I know what it is that I want. Now in the post shadow period of Mercury retrograde, which ends, I think it's like the end of May, at the very end of May, we can really feel like, okay, I'm supposed to know what I want. I'm supposed to have clarity here. Why are things still getting jumbled? We're not seeing our own strength. There is a real sense that we're going through a lot right now. It needs to be acknowledged. All right. But we are strong and we're cutting through doubts and fears and negativities, and we're moving forward in purpose of thought and what we desire and what we are saying for ourselves. Again, Mercury sextile Saturn brings everything into focus. And again, we're fantastic planners. We can look at things. It's just that right now we might need to push aside what is emotionally too much for us to handle. We get too much in our own heads. We're looking at the same heartbreaks. It can be that we're great at work. Home can be a bit more challenging. So be aware of that during this time. All right. We want to share our knowledge, but we can fall down rabbit holes very, very quickly, meaning we want to know more and more and more. And some things, that's great. It's really going to build us up. Other things, we can be drawn to the more sad, the more, upsetting, intense things. And that's going to be harder for our spirit to really come to terms with. So we're already going through a hard enough period. Don't fall down the rabbit holes of like true crime, or the rabbit holes of, cults, or people escaping, places. I can feel myself being drawn to those things. It's like, oh, I like fascinated, like how did this happen, how did the mind works. But it's also going to be really, really bad for your own energy vibration. So just be mindful about this during this time. This is an excellent time for clear thinking. It's an excellent time for good judgment, for organization, for memory, for, being able to communicate. Even though we're in a Mercury retrograde, this is a time where it's like, yeah, I got this. I got this. This is also excellent for business dealing. It's ideal. It's an ideal time for signing contracts, for negotiations, for long-term investments, for long-term planning. We're on point, but we can find home to be just a little bit more challenging, Aquarius, because there's a sense of like, I'm done balancing everything. And at home, we take off kind of the mess that we show to the rest of the world, and that frustration comes forward. It's like my emotions overwhelm, and I'm done balancing. I'm done trying to put everything in order. With the Four of Wands reversed, we can be having a bit of difficulty at home or with the commitments that we have made. It's like we're being tested. And this can be a time where, yeah, we are definitely being tested. So being aware of that can be challenging, but it's also going to really move us forward in a purpose, in what we desire, because things that we had thought were a given, now we're like, oh, well, that wasn't a given, or, oh, okay, that person thought of it like this and I think of it like that. So I'm stepping back. Spirit is sending us a message. We're too much in our own heads right now to see it. We do receive it, but not to the fullest of its capacity. If we step back and we meditate and we calm ourselves. Even if we let ourselves have the big emotions that we are having here, like look at things and saying, okay, I know the waves are overtaking me. I know the emotions are overtaking me. I respect that. I see that. Now I need to find my balance. We can really see the clarity come through. We can see like darkness cut away. We can see the curtains coming back and all of a sudden like being pulled back. And all of a sudden the clarity comes forward. And it's like, oh, that's what I needed. It's like, oh, that's what I wanted. So don't be afraid to say what you want during this time, because there is a sense of, I might not even know what I want, but I just feel overwhelmed. So Spirit is really telling us, cut through the doubts, the fears, the negativities, the hurts, the pains, the disappointments, and speak your truth. But it's like, let your voice be heard. Let your voice be heard. Say what you're feeling. Say, what you need to say to a friend, to a therapist, to, scream it into your pillow, if you need to. But let your voice be heard, because that's just going to be so important for you to get that vibrational energy out and to be able then to come into harmony with yourself. The Page of Pentacles reversed. Again, earth sign energy, but it's a real sense of being a student of our finances, of what we desire, what we want. Because we are feeling so much, we can be a little bit reckless with our finances. It's kind of like, well, I deserve to feel good. I deserve to go out. I deserve to have this. I deserve to have that. And it's like, yeah, you do. But right now, be mindful. Right now, be a little bit more conservative in your spending, or in what you're looking to achieve, because we put a lot on our shoulders during this time. It can just make us feel like, nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's too overwhelming. Like, I can't do it. I can't get to where I really need to be. So Spirit is really saying here, come into balance with you. With the Eight of Swords, this is being way too much in our own mind. We can break the seaweed that holds us, right? It might be a little bit difficult. Seaweed is surprisingly strong, but there is a sense of like, no, I can set myself free. I just need to stop being in this cycle. It's going to be very easy for us right now to get into cycles, to judge ourselves a little bit too harshly, to, overthink, to overanalyze. And that's why Spirit is really telling us, change your mind and change your life. There is power that we have here, and it's like, change your mind, change your life. Get out of your own head. We all know people, right? Mrs. Hamilton, right? I think I'm saying that right. From Great Expectations, who, burns to death in the wedding dress that she wore for the rest of her life, but she never got to get married in. It's like, stop living in our sorrows. It's time. It's time to stop living in our sorrows, which is overwhelming. We need to get out of our own head and look at healing, beautiful love. And that is harsh. It is harsh, especially if we're mourning something, let yourself mourn. But with the Eight of Swords, it's like, get out of your own head, because sometimes it becomes an echo chamber and it just takes away all our joy, all our power. And this is a time where we can really see ourselves excelling, really see ourselves pushing forward. The Queen of Swords, that's us. I mean, the Queen of Swords is the most masculine of the queens. And what that means is that she's a little, can I say badass on YouTube? I think, yeah, let's just go with that. She's just like, I know what I want. I know where I'm going. I'm cutting through doubts and fears. I've worked really hard to get here, and nothing is holding me back. And that's the energy that we need to move forward in. It's like, nothing is holding me back. I have trained, I have sacrificed, I have worked, and nothing is going to keep me held back and keep me from moving in the direction that I need to move in. So with the Queen of Swords, don't sit there and judge yourself. If you don't have the job that you want, or you're saying, oh, no, I stay at home, like I don't work. That's a job. Like, stop putting yourself down. It's cutting through doubts and fears, and it's claiming what we desire in our lives. And it's saying, I've sacrificed. I've put in the time. I deserve to move forward in confidence in me. And that's going to be one of the things when, like, if we're trying to fill the void of fully accepting the Ace of Swords, it's like, okay, I accumulate. But here it's like, accumulate the power of your voice, accumulate the laser focus of your direction. Like, this is the time, the 12th and the 19th of May, this is the time to, put your nose to the grindstone and go after what you want and say, the heck with all of this, I'll figure it out later. I'm going after what I need for me. And then that pulls back the curtains. We've embraced such a purpose in our lives, and we're embracing our story, our desire, and our determination. And it changes the game. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of here. It's the Five of Cups, and we have the Five of Cups right here. Change your mind and change your life. We can get stuck during this time. We need to be aware of it. Say, okay, this is my stuck energy. This will be harder here. It's kind of like pulling weeds. Some weeds come up really easily, and others, you're like, oh my gosh, I know you're coming back because I didn't get the root. Know that some things are going to come back. They're just going to come back. They can feel overwhelming to us. Turn around, look at what you love, celebrate what you have done, and keep on moving forward. You might have to go back to things, right? You have to weed the garden again, but you're doing a great job. Our subconscious message from spirit, we have success reversed. We don't feel successful. We don't. And that's something to acknowledge. It's like, how is it that I'm so strong and so powerful and been through so much, and yet I'm not accepting my gifts? And yet I don't feel like a success. It's because we're out of balance. We need to balance our chi. We need to balance our own inner energy. That starts to heal us. We start to be empowered. It moves us then to the subconscious energy to be mindful of from the tarot, and that's the Five of Swords reversed. We don't feel like we're winning. We're having to face a battle that we faced before. We don't feel like we're winning. It's all in our perception, okay? Because others will look at us and say, my gosh, are you winning? We look at ourselves and say, oh my gosh, look how far I have to go. Stop. Stop. You are powerful. All right, Aquarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Aquarius, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have an absolutely wonderful time. And know that you don't have to be held back anymore. It's like, know that you're good enough and take all that doubt and all that fear and all the chaos of emotions and say, I'm done with this. It sounds so easy to do. I know how hard it is to do. And I know how we'll fall back, right? And we'll doubt ourselves and not think we're worthy. But start to see your worth. And you're going to start to change your whole entire life. I love you all. Bye.